Hey, welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to break down a really powerful system for personal growth called the Life 255 framework. It gets its name from the two foundational principles, 5 growth multipliers, and 5 key systems we're about to cover. Think of it as a game plan for bringing some serious direction and momentum into your life.
Okay, let's just dive right into the core idea, which all comes down to this one simple question. What would happen if you took the exact same principles that build amazing companies, strategy, metrics, systems, and you just applied them directly to your own life? The goal here isn't just to feel a little better, it's to get real clarity and make measurable progress.
So the whole premise here is simple, but it's also kind of profound. You are the CEO of You Incorporated. And look, this isn't just some cutesy metaphor. It's a huge shift in your mindset. It means you stop just reacting to whatever life throws at you, and you start actively managing it with a real plan to operate, to scale, and of course, to succeed.
Now, just like with any successful business, you can't even think about ambitious growth until your foundation is secure, right? So before we even get to the exciting scaling part, we have to protect our core capital. This first part is all about making sure those fundamentals are absolutely rock solid.
And this is where you can really see how perfectly those business concepts translate. In a business, you're obsessed with cash flow and managing risk. Well, in your life, the direct translations are your emotional energy and your personal stability. If you get these two things right, you've built an incredible base for everything else that's going to come.
So let's start with emotional energy. The framework calls this your life's cash flow, and it's the perfect analogy. It's the fuel in your tank. When that internal battery of yours is fully charged, you have the capacity to take on challenges, to think straight, and to actually make things happen. But when it's low, well, even the smallest tasks can feel impossible.
So here's the crucial point. You have to protect that energy with simple, repeatable systems, just like a great CFO protects cash. This means having non-negotiable routines for your sleep, your health, your key relationships, and of course your own mental space through things like journaling or meditation.
Next up is managing risk. A business will do anything to avoid going bankrupt. In life, we need to avoid our own versions of bankruptcy, a sudden health collapse, a financial crisis, a key relationship completely falling apart. This is all about proactively building buffers and stability into your life so you can prevent those catastrophic failures.
And these are the key areas where you need to build those protective systems. We're talking about having a cash buffer for financial stability, constantly learning new skills to protect your career, getting regular health checkups. These aren't just good ideas, they are essential risk management for You Inc.
Okay, so with that foundation totally secure, now it's time to fire up the growth engine. This is where we get into the 5 key levers, the multipliers, that can create some serious exponential momentum in your life.
And here they are. Clarity, so you know exactly where you're headed. Execution, to make sure you actually get there. Skills, to increase your value. Relationships, to build that support network and open doors. And finally, a sense of purpose to fuel the whole thing. Each one is a critical lever, and by focusing on them, you don't just get a little bit of growth, you get compounding, exponential results over time.
It all kicks off with clarity. The framework calls this your life traffic, which is such a great way to think about it. A business wants targeted, high-quality traffic coming to its website, right? Well, you want the exact same thing for your mind. Clarity is all about focusing your mental energy, your internal traffic, on the goals and values that really truly matter to you.
And building that clarity isn't some big, mysterious thing. It's a really simple system. Writing down your goals every 90 days forces you to be specific. Defining what matters and, just as critical, what doesn't matter, creates incredible focus. This stops that random, endless mental browsing and points your energy where it needs to go.
Okay, now this is one of my favorite parts, the way it frames execution. It's your personal conversion rate. I mean, think about it. It doesn't matter how much clarity you have or how many brilliant ideas are bouncing around in your head if you don't actually act on them. Execution is simply the measure of how well you turn your intentions into reality.
And here's the thing. Improving this personal conversion rate is all about systems, not just raw willpower. A simple daily focus on 3 to 5 key tasks, a weekly review to check your course, and an accountability partner. Well, that creates a powerful engine that makes getting things done almost automatic.
All right, let's talk about skills, which the framework calls your price multiplier. In business, a higher price usually reflects higher value. Well, it's the same thing in life. Your skills determine your value.
The more valuable your skill set is, the more income, opportunities, and freedom you can command. It's that simple.
Okay, so you've got your foundation, you've got your growth levers, but how do you make all of this stuff actually work together day after day? Well, you need an operating system for your life. The framework calls this the time system, and it's the thing that turns all your good intentions into reliable, everyday practice.
A huge piece of this is measurement. Just like a business tracks its key performance indicators or KPIs, you need a personal dashboard. You've heard the saying, right? You can't improve what you don't measure. Tracking simple things like your sleep hours, your mood, and your deep work lets you see trends and make small adjustments before things go way off the rails. This brings us to systems, or what the framework calls SOPs, Standard Operating Procedures for your life. This is all about creating a default mode for success. See, when you have a set morning routine or a weekly planning process, you don't have to rely on motivation, which comes and goes. The system just runs automatically, and that ensures consistency.
All right, this is where the rubber meets the road. This isn't some set-it-and-forget-it kind of plan. It's an agile, dynamic blueprint for execution that you run in these focused 90-day sprints. This is exactly how you turn this entire framework into real, tangible action, quarter after quarter.
And the process is just so beautifully simple. Every 90 days, you ask yourself, what is the single biggest thing holding me back right now? Is it a lack of clarity, a skill gap? Then you choose the one life multiplier that directly fixes that problem. And finally, you build a few simple systems specifically designed to solve that one problem over the next 90 days. It's just incredibly focused and effective. And I love this part because it's like a simple diagnostic tool. How you're feeling tells you exactly which lever you need to pull. Feeling lost and adrift? Don't try to fix everything, just focus on building clarity. Feeling kind of stuck or stagnant? That's your cue to double down on building new skills. And if you're feeling completely burned out, your only job is to protect and grow your energy.
So there you have it. That's the Life 255 framework, a powerful system for running your life not by accident, but by design. It gives you the strategy, the tools, and the execution plan. The only question left is the one right there on your screen. Your next 90 days are officially on the clock. What are you going to build?